Good morning, good morning. It is day 256 of From Here to Jerusalem. I've got a real problem with my pack. The two bands that actually keep the frame of my back, both of the, after like 12 years, 13 years of serving me well, both of these bands have snapped. And I don't have a rope that is thin enough to put them back on. So I've got the frame literally tied to my back. It's digging in. I've got about 19 kilometers to go. There is no other route but the main route. So I'm going to do it, get it done. I don't have a SIM card yet. I'm going to the petrol station now, see if they're open. Because there isn't much open. Because here they have 3 days of New Year. And tomorrow is definitely observed, they say. So... and then I've got Christmas coming up next week. I hope I'm not going to be in a lot of pain. I can do it like I've got it padded. Can't believe it, I heard something snap yesterday as we put the pack on my back and I couldn't figure out what it was. It looked okay, but here it is. So this place is part of the last big battle of the Eastern Front in the Second World War. Batina, the Batina battlefield. It was bad. Like, it was the end of 44. There is a museum, and there is on the Croatian side and on the Serbian side there are monuments, and here I will need to turn and I have to go find the petrol station. And I think it's still a bit Bacimastro, Batina, that way. I'm still gonna go on. Yeah. I slept really well. It was very noisy in there. There was a lot of noise. There was a lot of noise. There was a little doggo next to me, and I had a big gap and really creaking floors. The music was blaring until about 10. I did my editing. I didn't notice the bag until this morning. I had an amazing breakfast. Oh my God, the sausage was amazing. And the smoked cheese ain't half bad either. So I'm well fed. Sombor, here we come. I'm staying in Cittadella. I speak English, German, whatever. I'll try and find some rope to fix the bag if I can at all. That would be great. Yeah, let's go explore Serbia. So, moving away from the river today, a bit further, and because there is a whole area that you can't get through, border area still. On the right hand side here of me is the Donau, and that is the border to Croatia. And I'm still heading south for now until Belgrade. Slowly inching east as well, but mainly south. Today east, so tomorrow come a bit back west to go back to the river. I have no idea what's going to happen. Like, I have my usual. I've crossed the border. What the hell am I going to do next? Like, okay, there is my signage. Novi Sad, Sombor. But I'm here. There's a road. Yeah, definitely is a road. There are my feet. Some Christmas decoration. A roadway, a roadside cross on a crossroads. There was us thinking that, you know, I was thinking only the French and the Irish have like roadside crosses for every crossroad, you know, keeping the devil away. But they have it everywhere. So I'm turning here, I think. Here I go. I think. Let me sort this out. I'm not at the petrol station yet. I have a little bit further to go. There are all the doggos saying hello to me. Happy New Year, doggos. So yeah, yesterday evening, the boys said there was nothing open. So basically I had beer for dinner and whatever bread I had left over, which wasn't the freshest anymore, with some cheese. Smoked cheese in these parts is pretty good, like. Yeah. So the border is behind me now. And Belgrade is now the next big point, just like Budapest was the next big point. Sombor is the only place name as recognized. Oh, that was the lady. That was the lady from the guest house, and she stopped and she said, "We're going to Sombor. Do you want a lift?" No, sorry lads, I gotta walk. I'm walking. That's my job. So Sombor is the name I can recognize. I haven't seen Belgrade on road signs yet. Novi Sad I have, so that's the direction I'm going. Yeah, there is no other route also for walkers, so I suppose I'm lucky because it's still quiet, it's still holidays. A lot of people are not on the road going to work and stuff, so I can just get on with it for the next few days and make my way into the country, worm my way into the country. Yeah, yesterday I had to stop myself from saying things that I might regret. I have to kind of think about some of the things that are in my head, because some of the things I'm seeing made me question a lot of the things that, you know, we take for granted in the West. Freedom of movement, what that means, how I got through the border crossing. Yesterday I arrived in Cafe Anna, and like they gave me a stamp in my passport, and every time I book in somewhere, they're gonna have a look at that stamp to prove that I legally came into the country. Those are, you know, I'm aware of my privilege already, but this is like hammering it home. Hammer it home. Your privilege is enormous because you've got a passport where they don't ask any questions. They don't go like, "Where's your paperwork?" I just need the passport. They give me the stamp and off I go. Which is of course great. I don't need a visa yet. I will need a visa for Turkey, of course, but I can get that on the border. But if you don't have that, then how do you do this? And it brings up questions about if you're not safe, where you live and what do regard to safety. I got a message this morning saying like, how are you going to walk? Are you going to walk through the dangerous parts? And I said, I'm going to walk as far as my feet can take me. No. And that could be pretty far. And if I can get a visa, I will go. That brings up all kinds of questions, of course. All kinds of questions. But I'm just going to be here, look at it, and think about it as I go. My job is to walk and move forward. That's what I'll do. Okay. So, had a great breakfast. That'll keep me going for a while. And let's go see if there is a way of getting some money and a SIM card. There we go. So, I have a new SIM card. This is the road I'm on for the next 17 kilometers. Nothing much happening. Old shoes on because I'm pounding tarmac. And yesterday pounding tarmac, it was I got cold toes again. So it is what it is. Here we go. Dodging cars like there's no tomorrow. There's more traffic than I expected there to be, but it is what it is. Like, so just grit my teeth, get there. It's beautiful though. Do you know what I mean? Stunning. It's about 12:30. I have been here for about 15 minutes having some peanuts, and I bought a bottle of Sprite. Because I get like these cravings for sweet stuff. Actually, yesterday evening I came in, they have like these apple slices with seeds, poppy seeds in there. It's like a layer cake. I had one of those, and then I have a mosh cake, and this is like a layered cake, and it's kind of caramelly inside, and then they have like, no, it's not caramelly, like, how would you describe it? It's chocolate. It's sweet anyway. It's sweet. There's chocolate in there, and there's loads of sugar, and then there's like proper sugar crackling stuff on them. Oh yes, I had a piece of that as well with coffee, and then beer for dinner. So I did an upside down. I had dessert first, and then I had beer. Anyway, that's what I had for dinner. And this morning, you know, it wasn't an Irish fry-up for sure, but it was good stuff. It was nice stuff. Oh, and I had Serbian coffee. So Serbian coffee is basically a big Turkish coffee. I think I'm gonna like it here. And I didn't have to have sugar in it. Like, she actually did ask me, did I want sugar? And when I said no, there was no like, oh, you can't say it like that. The light is beautiful. So we're gaining light fast, actually. Now that it has started, now that we're in the new year, almost 20 or 30 minutes more already a day. That's good for me, because it'll get easier to get up in the morning. I always find it hard to. I've had this my entire life. If it's dark, I don't like getting up. I don't like getting up when it's dark. I'm sure I'm not alone, but like, it's really strong. I don't like getting up. The problem with the pack, I can feel the digging in my my lower back. So I do need to come up with a solution. And I think I have one. And it's really simple. But I need to remember one of the knots. So I can just use shoelaces to retie those bands. But you need a knot that you can pull, and that when it pulls the other side, so that you can pull it tight, and that the counter pull actually makes it tighter. So that's what I need. But I can figure that out. So I'm going to try and do that tonight, because I think I've got the laces for it as well. You can hear the road, right? Yeah, it's ongoing, and it's 19 kilometers of it. Yeah, sometimes it's not easy. It's like spring weather. It's balmy. It's perfectly balmy. Oh yeah, say hi. Are you okay there? Yeah, he's keeping. He's standing to attention. He's making sure they can all see us. Yeah, I had a tiny bit of an uncomfortable thing there before. There is a restaurant, which is not a restaurant because it's not marked anywhere, and there was a big group of young men and dogs, and they're all like, it wasn't uncomfortable, like they weren't saying anything or doing anything. But you know, I was walking up, and first there's one, and they're kind of looking, and then more of them were coming to sit on the road, and I looked at them straight, but they didn't say hello or anything, and I thought, I'm not going to initiate this. Let them, if they want something, they can come. And like a good half a minute of it, staring me down, and I'm thinking, yeah, there's nothing here for me. Like, I don't even want to know the story, to be honest. So I've been meeting some dogs that are walking free as well. They're kind of, they don't like the stick, and they don't like the pack. Oh, and these band snapping. I was right yesterday. The pack is too heavy. It's too heavy. There's too much. I'm carrying too much. All these little bits of, that won't weigh anything. That's why they've snapped. So, warning. It does mean that I've gotten very, very, very strong. I'm very strong. I would love to know now how much it is. I have to go find out how to say, can I use your weighing scale? And then weigh myself with the pack, the full pack, and then weigh myself without. Then I'll know how heavy it is. Can I use your weighing scale? I'm gonna look that up. Okay, let me go slowly get going again. I'll see you in Sombor. antennas flapping. Ellie, surely hear somebody sighing. Just a sound, mother dear, of the autumn winds dying. Merrily, cheerily, noiselessly whirring, swings the wheel, spins the wheel, while the foot stirring, sprightly and lightly and merrily ringing, drills the sweet voice of the young maiden singing. What's the noise that I hear at the right? I've made it to Sombor, and yeah, booked into the place where I'm staying. Went into town to get money to pay this man, because now we're in a different currency again, the Serbian dinar. Yeah, there is a migrant camp here and a detention center, and it's very, very obvious. There is a real schism between the community and the people who are here waiting to cross into Europe. Wow. Yeah. I've heard things I haven't heard in a long time. I'm gonna go and find some food now, have something to eat. Yeah, I'm hungry, and I need to think about what it is that I heard, because it's actually not funny. Tomorrow I am heading onwards for another 20 kilometers. I'm just going to keep going now. I keep going. That's the idea for the year, is to keep going until we get there. That is my intention. Yeah, room is very nice. Haven't had a shower yet. Did my 20 kilometers. Did it in good time. Had that little thing with those men. It wasn't so much, I don't know where they were from or whatever was going on, but it was like, you know, I'm walking by, I could already see them watch me for a good bit, and they were far away, so I don't know what I'm looking at. And then as I walked by the property, it wasn't so much, you know, it's okay when people look at you. I'm kind of used to that, but they literally just stood there like 12, not saying anything, just looking at me, you know, not this like, oh, I'll look at you and look back because I don't want you to catch me looking at you. No, they were just staring at me like, what are you doing here? And that was the bit that made me uncomfortable. As I went into town, there are like little clusters of young men, very loud, very obvious that they're not part of the community, and they sit in the street and they eat, and it looks all very Mediterranean. But then I've heard things being said like, oh, you know, migrants have diseases that we don't have, they're not vaccinated, they're dirty, they stink. And then, you know, the legal ones as well. I'm all for tourism, but I'm against people entering the country without papers. If you don't have papers, you shouldn't be here. There is a camp, they don't want to be in there. You know, foreigners are okay, but not without papers. It's complicated, to say the least. because you can see it's disrupted, you know, it's a disrupted, broken, kind of divided community. They live side by side and yet very separate. Now, Serbia so far, there's a good dose of Balkan macho going on. I haven't seen that, I think, since the 1980s in the Netherlands, 1990s. You know, it's a type. But I'm feeling good here. Like, to be honest, you know, okay, more dead animals along the road. I saw two, a dead dog today and a dead cat. Yesterday, a dead dog. There is quite a lot of dogs that just run around unchecked. They seem to be afraid of people. People are friendly. I've been offered a lift twice today by the lady who where I stayed. She offered that I could drive into Sombor with her, and I said no, I have to walk. And then a guy my age stopped as well, as I was somewhere halfway, and said, "Do you want a lift?" And I said, "No, sorry, I'm walking." And he went like, "I don't understand." And I said, "I gotta walk." And he went like, "Okay, strange, but okay, whatever." Now, the guy in the guest house, he said there is two local restaurants. One is pretty close by, the other one is a bit further away. I'm gonna go have a look at the first one. If it's okay, it's okay. I'll eat there, and otherwise I'll go on into town to find the other one. Both of them apparently are good, cheap, cheerful, just what I need. Hopefully it'll be vegetable heavy. Okay, now Serbia, so far so good. Little birds chirping, the hardy bush